Let's read the following sentence. Not very exciting, is it? We're going to talk about expanding sentences, or an expanded sentence. So, this sentence is boring. Let's be honest, it's too simple. It hasn't a lot going on. It just has a noun and a verb. We need to introduce some senses, like our sight, our smell, our taste, obviously maybe not taste in this one, and our hearing and touch. By using these senses, we can try to create a more interesting sentence rather than just the cat walks. So I want you to think about this as we try to come up with adjectives and adverbs for this sentence. So let's go. So instead of the cat walks, we're going to say the fluffy cat. So let me just fix this fluffy. So fluffy is our adjective here, and the cat is the noun. It's the subject. It's what we're talking about. It's a definite article. The fluffy cat walks gracefully through. So that's giving us a direction, giving us a preposition, through the garden. The fluffy cat walks gracefully through the garden. So here we have the adjective. As I said before, we're using our senses. We think about fluffy, it's touch. And gracefully, we're using our eyes to watch how the cat walks gracefully through the garden. This is our preposition. Let's try again. Let's go again now and try and build upon this sentence, expand it even more. So I'm going to get rid of it all again. And I'm going to try something different. Rather than writing just the fluffy cat walks gracefully, I'm going to try to introduce and expand this sentence even more. So instead of that, I'm going to say the fluffy cat with bright green eyes. That's a really, really good image of a fluffy cat with bright green eyes who walks lazily. So let's fix that. Walks lazily through Mrs. Brown's garden. Now that's a mouthful. But here we have a new adjective, Mrs. Brown. I want you to look at this word, Mrs. Brown, and keep an eye out. There is a mistake that needs fixing. What is it? So, we have the fluffy, bright green eyes, and lazily. Okay, we could have said loudly instead of lazily. We could have used gracefully like we did before. And Mrs. Brown's garden. This is the use of an adjective of possession, or a possessive adjective. So we can use either phrase. But Mrs. Brown's garden, we need to change Mrs. Brown's by adding an apostrophe to represent ownership of the garden because it is hers. So this is how we expand sentences. We use our taste, our hearing, our smell, all our senses to create more in-depth sentences using adjectives and adverbs to describe exactly what we see, what we touch, what we smell, what we hear. And this makes better sentences.